All right, guys, I want to talk about working in various cultures. So I'm a brain doc, a coach, a business founder. Working in various cultures, I look at it like a lily pad floating in a pond. The pond is full of a lot of stuff, right? So it's full of culture, patriarchy, your past history, exhaustion, it's your family learnings, patterns, certain patterns. So you're a beautiful lily flower, right? I love lily pads and I love the flowers that grow off of lily pads. They're just gorgeous and they float in gross, mucky ponds, right? So that's what you are. You're a beautiful lily pad growing up in a lot of, let's say, patriarchal learnings, misogyny, culture. Now, some people have a very supportive, learning, value-based culture, and the values are your values. So you're thriving, you're in a culture, you're blooming, it's amazing. So I'm so happy for you. That is wonderful. Some people, I've been there, work in cultures where the patriarchy is very strong. Women are not paid the same, women are not given the same opportunities, women are treated differently in meetings, women are, etc., right? So, we have to acknowledge that every day we're fighting all of those messages like a dirty, mucky pond, right? And you're that flower that's trying to bloom in that dirty, mucky pond. So how can you do that? You have to acknowledge that those can be confidence killers, right? So what can kill your confidence? The patriarchal messages that girls should be quiet and not heard, and quote unquote good. So good girls are quiet and they follow directions. They don't share their ideas, right? They don't share all the knowledge that they've learned. I have the same degrees as the men I work with, but my voice is not always valued as the men that I work with. So that's the truth. And I'm the lily pad trying to grow and flower and bloom in this pond of patriarchal messages, cultural messages, what I learned growing up, what I learned in my own family, all of those kind of things determine how I act, right? So you think of it, I just like that pond analogy, that we're growing up in that mucky pond. And if we realize all the messages that we've heard, those can be confidence killers. So what do we have to do? We have to take very strategic actions every day to bust through all those confidence killers, right? So we hear a lot of them, so one thing you have to do is give your brain extra support because it's fighting all those messages that it has heard growing up and still continue to hear, unfortunately, today. Maybe someday it will end. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think we have to support ourselves so we can bust through all these messages that we hear. So the brain needs extra care because you have to bust through all these messages that you hear every day, right? So you have to build a hammock of support for your brain because every day we hear these patriarchal messages and we have to fight extra hard compared to somebody that doesn't, right? So white males don't hear those messages every day. They don't have to fight through these messages with their neurobiology like we do. We know we have the same degrees. We know we have experience. We know we have expertise, but it's not valued every day at the same level. So when working in this pond with the culture and the patriarchy, etc., you have to give your brain extra support, right? So because the brain is managing the whole body, it's managing all of this constant stress that we're under all day, right? So if you want help busting through all these messages that we hear all day, let me know. Reach out to Brain Fresh's Synapse program. It's a 3-month support program. If you're here already, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And then we can learn ways that we can decrease our daily stress, manage our emotions, feel that creativity that's there, feel that confidence that should be there, and feel the clarity of using our own gifts, how to use them throughout the day, how to strategize, what strategies to use, how to rethink our strategies, how to acknowledge that when we're learners and we're busting through these patriarchal messages, it's going to take us extra energy. So if we're saying women are leaving medicine, women are more stressed, women are leaving nursing, residents are having a hard time. So all of us as learners who are also dealing with these messages that we hear, we have to give ourselves extra level of support. So the brain needs extra level. Extra, not less. We're all working harder on these messages, right? So that's why I built Synapse, so to give you extra level of support so you know how to manipulate your neurobiology, how to use its gifts to support it at an extra level, because we have to bust through that mucky pond of all the messages that we've heard, right? You got that. We can do this. We just have to be intentional and learn about it and know that we have to take extra energy to support ourselves through busting through that mucky pond, right? So reach out. Imagine if you have the creativity every day, you have the confidence, you have the clarity because you went through Synapse. You know how to use Brain Fresh's tools to manage that amazing neurobiology you have, to feel more creative, more confident, more clear each day, to have a strategy. We got this, guys, right? Okay, I'll see you in Synapse. I believe in you.